Hello friends, today in this video we will study about the preparation method of colloids. So there are so many methods, so let us discuss all the methods one by one. So you can see, if we prepare lyophilic types of sols, lyophilic sols we have already discussed about. They are very easy to make simply by mixing dispersed phase into dispersion medium. It can be made or prepared. So there is a difficulty for making lyophobic types of sols. So there are special methods for making them. As you can see, the particles of lyophobic sols do not have much affinity with dispersion medium. So here you can see dispersed phase particles of lyophobic sol, and here we have dispersion medium. So they are far apart from each other as they do not have much interaction with them. As you can see, we have two types of preparation methods for lyophobic colloids. First one is the condensation method or aggregation method. Next is the dispersion method. So we will study them one by one. In condensation method, what happens? By the name it is clear, condensation or aggregation. So smaller size particles will join together and they will come into form of colloidal particles. You can see in this slide the aggregation of the particles has been shown here. This next slide shows you the complete aggregation of dispersed phase particles into colloidal size particles. Condensation method or aggregation method is a chemical method which has the following type. First one, double decomposition, oxidation, reduction and hydrolysis method. As in double decomposition method, arsenic trioxide is when treated with hydrogen sulfide, it forms arsenous sulfide and water. So what happens in this reaction? This H2 will combine with oxygen atoms and together they will form water molecule. The same way remaining sulfur atom combines with this arsenic and it form arsenous sulfide as a sol. In oxidation reaction, the reaction is taken place between sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. It forms sulfur sol and water. So we can understand the reaction by hydrogen combines with oxygen to form water, and what is left over? Left over is sulfur as a sulfur sol. Clear? So here in this reaction, this sulfur dioxide is an oxidizing agent. Next is by the process of reduction or reduction method. Generally, metallic sols are prepared using this method: gold sol, silver sol, platinum sol. These metallic sols are prepared by reduction of metal salt with suitable reducing agent. So here you can see the reaction. So we have auric chloride AuCl3 here, which reacts with HCHO formaldehyde and water. So what happens in this reaction? This AuCl3 is reduced to AU, gold sol. Clear? AuCl3 is reduced to AU, gold sol, जिसको हम कह रहे हैं. And reaction, how it has been carried out? The oxidation of this formaldehyde has taken place and it has converted into formic acid. So any aldehyde on oxidation it forms carboxylic acid. So from formaldehyde we will get formic acid, and hydrogen and chlorine atoms combine together to form hydrochloride. Next is hydrolysis. In this method, if we take iron chloride, FeCl3 ferric chloride, and we add small amount of hot water in this, what happens? Ferric hydroxide sols will be prepared and formation of hydrogen chloride takes place. This reaction, chlorine atoms combine with hydrogen atom to form hydrogen chloride, while this iron combines with OH hydroxide part of this water molecule to form ferric hydroxide. Okay. Next method is disintegration method or dispersion method. This method is totally opposite to the first aggregation method or condensation method. In aggregation method, what happens? Smaller size particles are combined together to form colloidal range particles. But in this method, larger size particles which are of suspension, they are converted into smaller size particles but within the colloidal range. So this method is called as dispersion method or disintegration method. You can see in this method we will study two types of methods. First method is this electrical discharge or electrical dispersion methods. Another name is Brady's arc method. Next method is peptization method. Electric dispersion or Brady's arc method. This method is used to prepare metallic sols like platinum sols, silver sol, gold sol. In this method you can see a setup is given here. The setup contains these two metallic rods. Metallic rods will be of that metal of which we want to make colloidal solution. These metallic rods are dipped in a suitable dispersion medium in which we want to make colloidal solution. And this complete setup, metal rods along with dispersion medium, is surrounded by ice cubes to maintain low temperature. So this is ice. Okay. And what happens? By applying high voltage, an electric arc is generated between two metallic rods. यहाँ दोनों metal rods के बीच में हम लोग क्या produce करेंगे? Arc produce करेंगे. You can see in this diagram also. Okay. When electric arc is generated, this arc convert metal into its vapors. These vapors, when comes in contact with dispersion medium which has very low temperature, so again these vapors by condensation they are converted into colloidal solution. Why? because the temperature, the surrounding has low temperature. Due to this low temperature, these vapors will mixed in the dispersion medium to form colloidal solution. So this is all about the Braddix arc method, which is also called as electrical dispersion medium. Next method is peptization. So peptization is what? In this method, you can see we have PPT, precipitate here. Precipitate is insoluble solid in a solution. So what we are doing, we are adding another type of solution to make or to convert this precipitate into colloidal solution. Clear? So simple, I should say this precipitate is converted into colloidal solution by using or by adding a suitable substance, suitable electrolyte. This electrolyte is called as peptizing agent. इसको हम बोलते हैं peptizing agent. Peptizing agent is nothing but an electrolyte. The role of this electrolyte is what? Is to convert any precipitate into colloidal solution. किसी भी precipitate को ये किस में convert करने के काम आता है? Colloidal solution में. By adding electrolyte, which is called as peptizing agent, precipitate is converted into colloidal size particles, and these colloidal size particles are not allowed to combine together. Means once the colloidal size particles are formed, they will not aggregate together because of the electrolyte. So their stability is maintained. Example of peptization can be understood by this picture. We have precipitate of ferric hydroxide here. In this precipitate, if small amount of ferric chloride as peptizing agent, if it is mixed, then what happens? Colloidal solution will be formed. You can see in this picture the yellow color particles are the particles of ferric hydroxide. Okay, and these particles are surrounded by all Fe+3 ions. These comes from ferric chloride. So ferric chloride plays an important role here as an electrolyte, as a peptizing agent. Okay, so next is the colloidal solutions. What we are preparing will have some impurities which are soluble in nature and some excess of electrolyte. So here you can see the colloidal solution which contains soluble impurities and excess of electrolyte undergoes purification method, and it gives us a pure colloidal solution, and removal of excess electrolyte and impurities will be taken place. So it has so many methods. So we'll study them one by one. First method is this dialysis. Next method is electrodialysis, and the third method is ultrafiltration. You can see this is the first method, dialysis. In this method what happens? We have this bag here made up of animal membrane. This bag contains colloidal solution in it. और वो colloidal solution कैसा है? impure है. Why? Because it contains excess of electrolyte and some soluble impurities. इस बैग को हम वाटर करंट में रखते हैं कोलोइडल सॉल्यूशन डालने के बाद. So here you can see inflow of water and outflow of water. So जैसे ही वाटर करंट में हम इसको रखेंगे, so क्या होता है? You can see these small particles which are showing impurities. So this bag, animal membrane, is permeable for the impurities. Okay? Impurities के लिए तो permeable है, but not for the dispersed phase particles. Inside the bag, after the dialysis, you will get pure colloidal solution. So this setup is called as dialyzer. Electrodialysis is same like dialysis. Difference क्या है कि electrodialysis के अंदर में हम लोग 2 इलेक्ट्रोड एक्स्ट्रा लगाते हैं which contains different charge, positive charge and negative charge, as these 2 electrodes will be connected to the different terminals of the battery. So क्या होगा अगर डायलिसिस को हम लोग इलेक्ट्रोड्स और इलेक्ट्रिक करंट की प्रेजेंस में करें? So you can see here, as we know that the colloidal solution contains impurities, electrolyte, and electrolytes are charged body, contains cations and anions. So all the cations and anions will move towards oppositely charged electrodes. So cations are moving towards a negative electrode and anions are moving towards positive electrodes. So this process of dialysis can be faster by using electrodialysis method. Use of dialysis or electrodialysis technique is in artificial kidney machines. So what happens when our kidney does not work, does not function properly? So filtration जो है blood का पूरी तरह नहीं होता है. Okay? So what happens? This impure blood is transferred to this dialyzer. Here the dialysis will be taken place and we will get pure blood which is again sent to our body. प्रोसेस वही है जो अभी हमने डायलिसिस और इलेक्ट्रोडायलिसिस में पढ़ा. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट प्योरिफिकेशन मेथड इज अल्ट्राफिल्ट्रेशन. colloidal particles can pass through ordinary filter paper because the pores in the filter paper are bigger than the colloidal particles. कहने का मीनिंग ये है अगर colloidal solution को हम लोग नॉर्मल फिल्टर पेपर से पास करें so filtration is not possible. filtration possible नहीं होगा. Why? Because फिल्टर पेपर्स के जो पोर हैं उनका साइज colloidal particles के साइज से बड़ा है. So you will get colloidal solution as such. वैसे का वैसे ही आपको मिल जाएगा. सो फिल्ट्रेशन तो यहाँ पॉसिबल नहीं है. सो व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, वी हैव टू गो फॉर अल्ट्रा फिल्ट्रेशन मेथड. You can see in this picture it has been shown by using ultra filters. This is ultra filter. Only the impurities are allowed to pass through these pores. Why? Because size of these pores present on ultra filter is smaller than the size of colloidal particle. This is the colloidal particle. It is bigger than the pore size of ultra filters. So these colloidal particles will not allowed to be passed from this ultra filter paper. Ultra filter papers can be made by using simple filter paper, ordinary filter paper. It should be dipped in a specific type of solution which is gelatin or collodion solution to reduce the pore size. उसके pore size को कम करने के लिए and later on it is dipped in the formaldehyde solution. Keep in mind gelatin और collodion solution पोर साइज को रिड्यूस करेगा और फिल्टर पेपर को हार्ड करने के लिए हम लोग क्या यूज करते हैं, फॉर्मल्डिहाइड. उसको फॉर्मल्डिहाइड में डिप करना पड़ता है. नाउ मेनी अ टाइम्स क्वेश्चन कम्स, व्हाट इज अ कोलोडियन सॉल्यूशन. सो कीप इन माइंड कोलोडियन सॉल्यूशन इज 4% solution of nitrocellulose in a mixture of alcohol and ether. 4% solution of nitrocellulose in mixture of alcohol and ether को हम लोग बोलते हैं collodion solution. This is very important. So many times it has been coming to board exams, and later on this filter paper is dipped in formaldehyde to make it hard. Clear? So this video was about preparation of colloidal solution and the purification methods of colloidal solutions. I hope कि आप लोगों को कंटेंट क्लियर होगा. लाइक करें, शेयर करें, कमेंट्स करें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें. थैंक यू एंड हैव अ गुड डे.